Welcome. This video addresses the primary reason enterprise AI investments fail to scale: the gap between how we imagine work happens and how it actually happens on the front line. We call this bridging the AI execution gap.
AI fails when built on work as imagined, the documented ideal process. In reality, work as done is interrupted, time-pressured, and shaped by local judgment. Automating a fictional workflow scales process debt and destroys trust.
Frontline technicians bypass systems due to the moment of work being high stress and time pressured, creating cognitive load. This is exacerbated by process debt. They are forced to adapt, creating an informal trust loop for efficient outcomes.
To bridge this gap, we must expose reality before automating. Phase 1 involves 4 key steps: observe execution, decompose work, expose process debt, and formulate a redesign pilot.
Step 1 is to capture execution in the wild using day-in-the-life observations. Shadow top performers to observe device usage, knowledge lookups, and peer networks. Look for ignored systems, process delays, and active workarounds, looking for how processes are really used and/or worked around. This is best done through observation. Step 2 is to break down the real workflow. Create a structured side-by-side mapping of the official work as imagined versus the actual work as done. This identifies specific decision points and tools that diverge from the official process. It should be validated step by step by the top performers. As this will be the foundation for the change, A&D must reflect reality. Step 3 is to analyze shadow workflows. Evaluate where the official workflow fails and why deviations occur. Distinguish between dangerous, high-risk, non-compliant workarounds and highly efficient, expert-led adaptations based on their risk and value. Step 4 is to catalog debt and cognitive load. Build a formal process debt register, mapping steps with friction, business impact, and a redesign target. This helps identify documentation theater and required mental leaps. The register should be validated by high performers to assure the correct view, also gaining buy-in for the ultimate process adjustments and changes. Step 5 is to formulate the redesign pilot. Convert insights into testable hypotheses using 4 levers: eliminate, collapse, push, and validate. This defines strict failure conditions and success metrics for the AI intervention. The redesign process should be piloted and tested on the same high performers to assure execution reality. Consider a high-stakes scenario, a Tier 4 data center emergency, where downtime costs $10,000 per minute. The environment is high stress and requires constant updates, and the legacy mean time to resolve, or MTTR, is 6+ hours due to complex manuals and manual apps. The official workflow has 14 steps, but the actual response involves only 7 critical steps. Technicians skip the digital manual and structured data entry, favoring visual inspection and calling a senior peer on video. This observation shows the way the work really gets done. The system is abandoned due to cognitive overload and process debt, forcing prioritization of compliance over resolution. This friction heat map illustrates the points of greatest difficulty, leading to a trust breakdown. The AI redesign shifts from a manual query-based interface to an AI-powered action, or agentic nudge, that leaves the technician still in charge. The AI analyzes telemetry and pushes actionable guidance, reinforcing the trust loop with confirmed outcomes. It mirrors the way work really gets done and removes unwanted friction. Rewiring the leadership mindset is essential. We must recognize that AI amplifies process debt, and technicians resist cognitive overload, bureaucratic non-value-added steps, not the change. We must train AI on expert shortcuts, not just standard operating procedures. I should provide the augmented nudge to the right result, gaining both trust and the desired outcomes. It is also important that as the change is implemented, that the communication channels are left open, and the process feedback from the field is continued to be monitored. That adjustments can quickly be made so the adoption holds.
AI fails when we automate what we think is happening instead of what actually happens. Phase 1 ensures technology investments are rooted in operational reality, simplifying work and engineering the trust loop.
For more insights, subscribe to Purposeful Nudge and start rewiring your field services organization today.